Hello, this is Pollux, and today I'm going to talk about getting ready for Season 1 Mythic Plus. We're a couple days into Week 2 of the expansion, and I'm finally getting into a routine, so to speak. We've got everything from the soup mixer to the super rares, and finishing off the daily routine with farming rep for Wrathion or Sibelian. Professions have been a nice kick to our experience in Dragonflight as everyone is learning how their chosen profession works. A lot of bartering and dealing going on in guild chat and trade chat. Sort of reminds me of vanilla and TBC all over again. It's hard to believe that we just started leveling about a week ago. There were some initial setbacks with the launch of Dragonflight. People were reporting that they were stuck on the Zeppelin or were being teleported back to Orgrimmar. Fortunately, I did not run into any of those issues, and my experience of the first hour of Dragonflight was awesome. First thing I noticed out the gate was that while you were scrambling to find the main story quest, additional quests for your professions and some background quests were available from the start. This was very nice for one of my gathering professions. Previous expansions really annoyed me that I had to endure parts of the campaign and eventually find my way to a main hub somewhere to learn the new skill tree for that expansion. Thankfully, Blizzard put it front and center for us to choose immediately, allowing us to start working towards our skill points and knowledge points. Dragon riding was made available semi-early, allowing you to take off and fly. It definitely made questing so much easier. I just need to learn to stick my landings for tiny places for nodes or those flags up top, high mountain peaks. If you haven't done so, I highly recommend focusing on getting all the dragon flying glyphs to unlock your tree. Getting 6 vigor and the additional riding perks definitely makes leveling and daily quests go much smoother in the long term. Now that you are level 70, the next thing you'll want to start doing is running normal dungeons. You need to start working your way to 330 item level to be eligible for heroics. I'm not sure if it's a bug or not, but I was able to enter heroic dungeons at 320 because my character sheet showed that my PvP item level was 335. So your results may vary. But the goal with normal dungeons is to get enough item level gear to get into heroics. You can also mix this with doing world quests and what is being called super rare elites. There are about 10 of them scattered throughout the Waking Shores. I recommend getting Tama's Dragonflight Helper. I'll put a link to it in the comment section. It's an invaluable tool to give you a pseudo checklist of things to do around the Isles. It has a community soup timer and siege timer, but as of this video, it's currently disabled due to some issues with the script. What's great about the super rares are that the gear they drop scales with your item level. I discovered that once I hit 370, I started getting 374 and 379 item level drops. I'm currently 376 and starting to see 382 and 384 gear to drop. There are 2 other factions you also may want to focus on. One is the Cobalt Assembly faction. You'll have to grind your way up to high in order to purchase 389 rings that have effects attached to them. The other faction has to do with Sibelian or Wrathion. Here, you will have to make a choice on who to support. Grinding this rep gives you the opportunity to obtain a 386 neck at friend rank and a 389 cloak at true friend rank. And the perk bonus will be getting the black dragon skin for your dragons. Next step is Mythic Dungeons. If you have guild groups or friends, you can probably skip my previous steps and jump right in. However, as a tank, I don't recommend this unless you are confident and your group is semi-geared. Mythic Dungeons are definitely easy, however, all boss mechanics are now in play. Normal and heroic dungeon bosses leave out some of the mechanics, but Mythic Dungeons expose you to all of the mechanics, so keep that in mind. You can still easily skip some packs, like in the Nokud Offensive heading toward the last boss, but it's a good idea at this point to start thinking about trash pack percentage as Mythic Plus is just around the corner. I'll be making a video of my routes for each dungeon later on in the future for Season 1. The new profession system introduced in Dragonflight is a great opportunity to help gear yourself up for Mythic Plus. Blacksmithing and leatherworking are able to afford you some good quality gear early on in the leveling process of your profession. So make sure you follow some of the guides out there so you are going in the right path. Since there are no mail-wearing tanks, I highly recommend paying attention to your chosen path. I'm looking at you, leatherworkers. That about sums it up for this video. I wanted to get a video out for my channel showcasing what I feel you should be working on at a minimum for gearing up for Season 1 of Mythic Plus. This is by no means an all-inclusive list. There are plenty of more ways out there to get yourself geared, and some of these recommendations can be skipped, such as going straight into Mythic Zeros. But for those of you in the pug life or leveling an alt tank, this should help guide you along with what you need to get started for Mythic Plus. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button to show your support. If you have any additional or helpful tips for other tanks, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and let's get Keystone Heroes Season 1.